Chen Gong is an obscure but compelling figure. As a scholar official, he came to serve under Cao Cao during the anti-Dongzhuo coalition, then joined Lu Bu, likely through ambition and opportunity. He served as Lu Bu's advisor in Puyang and Xiapi, so was eventually executed by Cao Cao after refusing to surrender. While he lacks the prominence of Cao Cao or Lu Bu, his steadfast devotion is what makes him stand out. Despite Cao's rising power and ultimate victory, Chen Gong still stuck with Lu Bu, a volatile ally. This displays a rare moral stance in an era filled with opportunism. His execution at Xiapi underscores his commitment, as he chose death over compromising his principles. Chen Gong was born to a modest gentry family in the year 154 in Wuyang County, Dong Commandery. During the anti-Dongzhuo campaign, he served the coalition forces from Chen Liu. When Cao Cao arrived to the city and took control, Chen Gong helped him as a trusted subordinate, alongside Zhang Miao, Shun Ye, and Chen Ye. Being a native of nearby Dong Commandery, he recruited the troops and helped manage local affairs during Cao's early campaigns. In the year 192, thousands of former Yellow Turbans from Xing province swarmed into Yan province. When they gathered at Dongping County, the region's governor Liu Dai wanted to attack them, but Bao Xin advised against it. He attacked anyway and was killed in battle. Following his death, coalition members including Yuan Shao and Gong Sun Zan supported Cao Cao's appointment as governor of Yanzhou. Bao Xin and Chen Gong also invited Cao Cao to replace Liu Dai. The empire is divided, and our province has no master. Cao Cao of Dong has ability to command the world. If you invite him to govern the province, he will certainly give peace and life to the people. Through these diplomatic efforts in 193, Chen Gong helped lay the foundation for Cao Cao's subsequent rise in power, a strategic move to help his new lord, although these newfound contributions wouldn't last long. In 194, while Cao Cao was away on a campaign against Dao Xian, Chen Gong saw an opportunity to betray him, and likely through ambition, took it. Sima Guang, however, who Rafe de Crespigny describes as perhaps the greatest of all Chinese historians, suggests in his Zizhi Tongjian that Chen Gong's defection was influenced by Cao Cao's killing of Bian Rang. This prominent gentry member's death would have likely alienated local elites, and could very well serve as good motivation for Chen Gong's actions. On the other hand, Sima Guang believed that history was a mirror for the present, and could provide historical context to help governments with their current problems. As such, he may have structured Chen Gong's history in a way that promotes a governing lesson, in this case, not to massacre the innocent, as Cao did when he invaded Shou province. Chen Gong spoke to Zhang Miao. The empire is divided and fallen, while brave men rise up together. With the forces of 1,000 li, you occupy a land which is open to war on 4 sides. You hold your sword and look around proudly. You are good enough to be a leader of men, yet you prefer to take your orders from another. Isn't that mean-spirited? With the provincial army fighting away in the east, this area remains empty. You've heard of Lu Bu. He is a strong soldier and a superb fighting man. Call him in for a while and govern Yan province together, then watch the situation of the empire change. To adapt to the coming circumstance, now is the ideal time for such a strategy. Though Chen Gong convinced Zhang Miao and several others to rebel, he was unable to gain support from key figures like Shun Ye, Chen Ye, and Xie Hadun. Many commanderies and counties in Yan province responded to Lu Bu's call, except for a few. With assistance from Chen Gong and Zhang Miao, Lu Bu quickly took most of Yan, but Cao Cao hastily returned and besieged them at Puyang. After more than 100 days of stalemate, a famine forced Lu Bu to give up his position and to seek shelter at Xiapi under Liu Bei, the successor to Dao Xian. In 196, Lu Bu turned on his host by taking over Xiapi, proclaiming himself governor of Shou and sending Liu Bei to the nearby county of Xiaopei. In 198, Lu Bu attacked Liu Bei, who then sought assistance from Cao Cao. This played into Cao Cao's scheme, as he coveted Shou province. He had planted 2 spies in Lu Bu's camp to create discord among Lu Bu, Liu Bei, and Chen Gong. These spies, acting as Lu Bu's key advisors, urged him to attack Liu Bei despite Chen Gong's protest. Cao Cao personally led his army to assault Xiapi, but when his forces reached Pengchang, east of Xiapi, Chen Gong advised Lu Bu to take the initiative and strike, unaware of Cao Cao's deception. After failing to break Cao Cao's siege, Lu Bu considered surrendering, but was persuaded against it by Chen Gong. The siege of Xiapi lasted for 2 months, until Cao Cao ordered his troops to divert the Xi and Yi rivers to flood the city. On February the 7th in 199, Lu Bu's subordinates Hu Cheng, Song Xian and Wei Shu captured Chen Gong and defected with their forces. Lu Bu himself made a final stand at the city gate, but was eventually overwhelmed and captured. When brought before Cao Cao, Chen Gong refused to rejoin him, choosing death so that Cao's law could be upheld. Cao maintained a strict policy of refusing mercy to those who have rejected his initial offer of surrender. Moved by Chen Gong's resolve, Cao Cao ensured his family was cared for after his execution and sent his, Lu Bu's and Gao Shun's heads to Shu Chang.